I'm Jaden, and this is my 2015 FRS.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got your FRS?
So I did get my FRS as a Christmas gift from my dad, but I've also always been into Initial D and like the 86 and how this is the successor of the A86.
Let's do a little quick walk around and breakdown of all the mods you've done to the FRS.
Alright, so in the front lip I have a 5-axis front lip, and then on the side skirts I do have a TRD side skirts, and then on the rear spoiler I do have a 5-axis duckbill, and then my taillights are VLAND, the Dragon taillights, and then my exhaust right now is a Comp RS exhaust, and then my headlights are VLAND headlights.
Why don't you give us a little bit about your little setup here?
So I do have Cusco strut bars front and rear, and I do have subwoofers, OEM audio subwoofers. Usually they come with only one, but I have two. And then I do have my airlift performance setup along the sides. And I did mount the compressors on top so that I could run the Cusco strut bars and the subwoofers. But although the compressors do get a little loud. I have SSR MS3s 3-piece, and they are 18x8 plus 37 on the front, and then on the rear I have 18x9 plus 37. So I do have the Works FRS Stage 2 turbo kit, and it is carb legal, but as you can see I have some added parts that make it a little not carb legal. So I do have a blow-off valve and K&N air intake.
How much power do you think this setup's making?
Online it did say that it should be making plus 100 horsepower stock. Okay. But I mean, it feels like it's only making like maybe 80 to 70 plus horsepower. Okay. But I also do not have a tune for the air intake and the blow-off valve.
Why don't you talk about some pros and cons as well as some advice you'd give to future FRS owners? So
some pros I would give is it's really easy to learn stick in, and it's very light, and it is a very fun car, and plus it's rear-wheel drive, of course. And some cons is, I mean, the engine is a little underpowered, and it does not have as much power as you would say as your normal like SI, I would say, Civic SI. But it is still a very fun car. It's all preference on how much power you'd want, or like how you would drive the car, and if it's your first car driving stick. Some advice is on the engine, if you do anything, make sure to upgrade your headers and your clutch. That is always the biggest thing that you need to do with these engines. And on the aero, I would say try to always stray away from fiberglass, because fiberglass will always not mold as well to your body, and you can't heat it up and mold it. So always try to get something other than fiberglass.
It is a little quiet, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So on the inside, first you'll notice that the 2015 FRS actually comes with all this silver, but we actually switched it to the fake carbon because it does look a lot more cleaner. Okay. And then we do have a TRD shift knob. And then over here, you'll look, we have a Pro Sport boost gauge. And then I also have a SARD seat cover on my seats. They look pretty legit. They look like SARD racing seats, but they're seat covers. Yeah.
Nice, nice. What are your future plans with the car before we go on a few pulls and stuff?
So I do have one piece of aero that I am looking at. It is the rear spoiler on the bottom. It's a TRD, the V2, and I just think it will look really clean with the car. And I am thinking of hopefully maybe taking one of the cats off so it could be more open for my turbo, and most and for sure a future tune because
For sure.
I'll be making a lot more boost. Yeah.
This was my first experience with a bagged and turbocharged FRS, and I have to say it was very interesting. He was letting me know that there is a turbo lag, and when we were doing that pull, I definitely felt it. But I will say the power is definitely adequate for this platform. It's only about 2,800 pounds, so even if it's making like 270 or something, that's still more than enough for a car that light. Also, he has other options where he can get more power, like he said, with getting rid of one of the cats, because there's two of them, or if he just full sends it, gets rid of both. And then on top of that, you can obviously go to E85, which I think a proper E85 tune would probably give this another 50 wheel. So that would bring it to maybe around 300 wheel, 320 wheel. And that's definitely going to make this a monster, because power to weight is king in my opinion. But yeah, I really enjoyed this this build. I always kind of get giddy when a car is on back suspension, because when it's kind of going lower and raising up while you're in the car, it's pretty cool. I'm excited to see what he does in the future, but for now, this is how the car stands. I'll have all of his info in the description, but here's his Instagram. You know, if you want to hit him up or something, you just want to like slide in his DMs, go ahead. And then lastly, shout out to Status 7, shout out to you, Kyle. We gotta host another meet. It's been a little bit, but yeah, I really enjoyed this Turbo FRS.
So I do want to shout out my dad's shop. It is Silver Star Service, and we are all the way out in Monterey Park. But we do auto repair. We do some here and there aftermarket. But yeah, but we specialize in Mercedes and BMWs. But we do all kinds of work on anything basically.
If you're looking for some work to be done on your car, make sure to check them out. I'll leave their info in the description as well. So it's in Monterey Park, specializes Mercedes and BMW, but I think based on what you need, they could kind of accommodate you. So yeah, just hit them up.